Okay. Paperwork is kind of cut up. Let's go beat the game. I mean, we got like 12 stages left, so. Sluggy the Unshaven. Just gonna ignore that. Ignore the cheese. Ignore the cheese. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, they're okay. There's so many slimes. Hey, Blitchball, Yada, Renegade, and Jaludo. What's up? Look how concerned he looks. Like, oh, I didn't realize you could do that. I remember being on this stage for a while. I'm not sure why. A lot of the later castle levels get really mazy. For loot. The hell is that guy? Oh my god, he's stuck to my feet. And we're dead. Oh god, Ross. That's a terrifying thought. Oh, jeez. I mean, that's appropriate since I did the same thing, if you remember. Granted, I did it kind of as I went. Smile is still one of the best. Just saying. So what I have to wonder about, I was putting together woo. Hi, Canada Banks. I was putting together a little bit of the franchise sheet. I was updating the franchise sheet for the Marios during the lunch break. And I noticed that a lot of the more recent Marios are really high up on that scale. I suppose that makes sense. You know, Nintendo has continued to perfect their craft over the years. Not only does it make me wonder about Mario Wonder, you know what I mean, but it makes me wonder if any of the older games can actually match. Because at this point, Yoshi's Island is kind of the only opportunity to do so. To reach the heights of the galaxies or 3D world. So there's my question for you in chat. Do you think Yoshi's Island can surpass the galaxies or 3D world? Keep in mind, those games are really high up there. I mean, you'll notice I didn't even mention Odyssey. That's separate. That's true, Savicom. I'm gonna keep using that analogy because it's a really good analogy, I think. Whoa. Like, I imagine some people who just don't value a 2D Mario, or for that matter, a 3D Mario, might not, you know, warrant it as such. Well, it's a really simple thought exercise. The concept is that even with the exact same data, over here, over here, over here. Thank you. Even with the exact same data, you can draw completely different results, right? So, if you have a cup of coffee, a hot cup of coffee, a cold cup of tea, and a Coke in front of you, how do they review versus each other? If you value hot drinks, the coffee is going to go higher. If you value not having caffeine, the tea is going to go higher. If you value carbonation, the Coke's going to go higher. You get it? What you value changes it even with the exact same input. Here's a fun mechanic. You can stretch it out, but you can also squeeze it up. That's why I'm always very open and honest about what I value. I value density, I value ratio, and I value variance, or lack thereof. So, even if I was to do the exact same review under the exact same circumstances, what I value is obviously changing things. Believe it or not, this section I'm doing right now has the hardest speedrunning trick in the game, by most accounts. Because it involves not waiting for this platform, which involves doing a flutter jump across this entire sequence, which is exactly as hard to do as it sounds. Note the arrows, which kind of give you a little bit of a hint. So none of this is unfair. Whenever I did the top 33 stream, so it's been several years. Would someone mind looking that up? Because I'm kind of curious myself. So I'm pretty sure I just failed this level. Oh my god. Or I could be awesome. I mean, that's the thing that can happen too. Jesus Christ. Notice they stop giving you arrows at a certain point. Hi, Sean. So, could anyone look that up for me, please? I'd really be curious, because it has been a while. I love the little shy guy with his little mace. I guess that's a morning star, but whatever. What's with all the slimes? So according to the greater lore of this series, this boss is actually trying to give us a hug in this fight. I'm not joking. Yoshi, to get this far, you must be powerful, but remember, this slug has no weak points. Jesus. It would be on the first channel. Because this was a really long time ago. This is before the second channel existed. He actually cannot do damage to you, by the way, this boss. But he's always pushing forward, trying to give you a hug. So if he pushes forward too far, well, then he shoves you off into the abyss, and you die instantly. Oh my god. I've never had this many issues before. Oh, that was close. So yes, we broke his heart because we wouldn't let him hug us. So yeah, the last time I played this game was 8 years ago. I am having fun. I'm sorry, it's probably not super obvious because I'm kind of conserving energy. Because I'm fighting off something right now. I only in the second half of my shift even feel cooled down enough to wear the coat. Because, yeah, I was just overheating like crazy. Even though it's simple, this is actually one of my favorite backdrops of this game. Just the ocean, occasional islands, and of course, the voids. But yeah, the gradient health method and the multiple checkpoint method mean the game can be, you know, properly hard. Like, I hate to keep emphasizing the difficulty. I apologize. But only baby games! No, sorry. For real, though. I do feel like it actually helps a lot to have those kind of safety net mechanisms. Not just because it makes the game more fun, because you feel like you've wasted less of your time if you screw up, but because it also allows you, the developer, to add as much challenge to the stage as you want. They could be absolutely brutal in a game where it's okay if you die, you only lose a bit of time. That is, in fact, the very precept behind games like Celeste. The whole reason Celeste is allowed to be as insanely brutal as it is because if you die, you only lose a few seconds and go back one screen, right? Yes, Spartan. And hi. And hello, Evo. I hope you're feeling better. I am feeling a little bit better. I don't want to celebrate too early, whatever that's called. Count my chickens before they're hatched. I don't know. Some kind of linguistic thing. Nah, you're fine. I've mentioned several times, like, someone like, what's the time? And I'll just answer it, so it's not like you're asking anything I haven't given away already. Like, to use a specific example, that jump I just did, in, say, Mario Brothers 1, if I had failed at that jump, like I just did, then I would just die, and that would be the end of it. I'm dead. No, I did not, Triaxia. Well, it makes sense given its origins. But because I have the flutter, it is now in my hands to be able to recover from that mistake. I'm just gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna fail at killing this guy. Kill him with his own ammo. And I guess that just speaks to what I enjoy in difficulty in a game in general. Because I do. I absolutely love difficulty in a game. If anybody who knows me knows that. Anybody who knows I actually really like challenging myself. I just happen to be very picky about what I consider a challenge. If you force me to run into a wall for 10 minutes, I don't feel particularly challenged. But you throw an enemy at me that I have to be very, very precise about and hit the right timing and do this jump and react to any type of 5 different attacks you can do simultaneously. That's awesome. Any percent beating Bowser? I'm not sure, because I know the 80%. I forgot to watch it. And I'm going to actually pull it up right now. Because I'm actually curious of the no really any percent. Where is it? There it is. Yep, 2 minutes and 7.433 seconds. I need to watch that at some point. Because what the hell? I got a thing to say about how awesome these stages are. Alright, so. 5-6. Welcome to Cloud World. You like clouds, right? Right? I mean, if their total time for this game is 2 minutes, they probably skip more than one stage. So there is a glitch I'm aware of, and I'm only actually aware of it because of challenge runs, not because of speed runs. What it boils down to is there's a way to enter a stage and then, like, reset yourself to the tutorial stage. Basically default your position. At which point the game's like, yeah, I don't know where you are. So I'm guessing it has to do with that. Yeah, congratulations, you pressed left. Ah! Whoa there. Party foul. Major party foul. 4 years after, I want to say. This is actually after the play. So, to give you a better perspective, the PlayStation 1 was already out when this game came out. That's how late into the SNES's development cycle is. Now, the N64 wasn't out yet. If you'll remember, I talked about this. I forget where exactly. But somewhere, the PlayStation rushed out in order to try and, beat Nintendo. And arguably succeeded. Because Nintendo was kind of taking their time with the N64. This was my second to last SNES game. I have actually played Secret Hitler. In fact, I could tell you some stories about that game because, well, let's just say that I'm surprisingly good at it and leave it at that. Boop. Boop. Ultra 64! There is a remastered version of the game on the GBA, specifically. I don't know if it's any good, because it's on the GBA, and after the nightmare experience that was Mario 3D, I am never playing a GBA version of any of these games again. You'll notice we didn't play the GBA version of World either. Oh yeah, and also the GBA version of 2 also sucked. So... Anyways, so there we are, playing Secret Hitler. Let me give away the ending to the story first. I think that's the best way to tell a story, is from the end. I think Eva would agree with me on this. So, I was Hitler. Dun dun dun. For those of you who have not played Secret Hitler, it's a... oh god, there's actually a specific name of that type of game. It's a variant of a party game, and the idea is that you're supposed to... up here. There we go. You're supposed to, oh god, what's the term? Social deduction. Although I've never heard it called that before. Over here. Oh god, there is actually a term for that, and I can't think of it, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Point being, it's a game that's done without, like, pieces on a board or cards or anything like that. It's just a game that you talk out, right? Yeah, it's so the social deduction aspect is kind of like Mafia or whatever the werewolf game is. I can't think of the name of. I believe there's one about whether who or not who's the witch in Salem, something like that, you know. And the idea is to try and suss out the other players and figure out which one of them is which, doing what, and why. Yeah, by the way, you can really start to see how mean this world is starting to get, right? I know I probably just made that look easy. Thank you, TSB. Always appreciate. I will jot that down for things as I look it up. But yeah, so we're playing Seat Hitler. Still haven't gotten a freaking flower. I was Hitler. There's like the person who's the evil one. That's Hitler. And then there's the people who are like part of the Nazi party. Usually, how many that is depends on how many people are there. Yep, Lore was literally Hitler. And then there's the people who are part of the good party. And that's the really simplest way to put that, right? Yeah, there's evil, co-conspirators, and good people. Co-conspirators and evil win if, you know, evil wins. And good people win if they get rid of the evil person. There's your very, very, very basic rules. There's other details that don't matter right now. Really quick. Thank you again, TSB. I'm going to jot that down for In Other Waters, Road Warden, and goodbye, Volcano High. Those kind of games are really, really good party games because they involve very little explanation and can be set up or teared down at will and are usually designed for large groups of people. That's a party game in a nutshell right there. Most games don't actually work as party games because most games either have 2-player limit or 4-player limit, and extraordinarily few go above the 4-player limit. And the really good board games usually have a rule book that's this thick. So that's it. So, I'm Hitler. And I'm sitting next to my friend Don, who is one of my co-conspirators. That's also, funnily enough, a mark of a good party game is when it's equally fun whether you're drunk or sober. Because at a party, generally speaking, there will be both. Most people, like, can enjoy, you know, really, really complex and fun board games when sober. Not so much while drunk. Anyways. Like, I speak a little dismissively of party games because I tend to get bored of them very quickly because they are, by design, very simple. But there's a lot of value in designing a good party game. Exploding Kittens is another example of a very good party game, for example. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So, I am Hitler, my friend Don is my co-conspirator, and everybody else are the people. And I'm not a good liar, for those of you who don't know that. I do not have a talent of lying. So, what I do is we're sitting there, we're playing, and Don, like, laughs or something during the thing where we have to reveal ourselves to each other, like, in private. It's like, you know, everyone close your eyes. Okay, co-conspirator and, you know, Hitler, open your eyes. So I open my eyes, I look at him. Yes, I did, actually, Evo. Whoa! Ah! Almost pulled that. Almost pulled that. There we go. So, he opens his eyes, he sees me. Now, I'm pretty good at keeping a straight face. I have extremely good poker face. In fact, yes, Resistance is another example of this type of a game. And so I don't react. Don gives a bit of a smirk. I was like, shush, shush, shush. And I capitalize on that laugh the entire rest of the game. And the best part was, Don kept finding it funny. He kept finding it amusing that everyone was suspecting him, and I was putting all of the blame onto him because he found it funny. And it was like self-perpetuating, right? It was like snowballing. As everyone's like, oh my god, it's Don, it's Don. And it's that wonderful bit where you're like, oh my god, yeah, you know, it's, listen. I don't know. And like every now and again, you don't cast just you don't just throw out accusations. That's a rookie mistake. Oh, Ameritrash, absolutely. Instead, what you do is you wait for someone else to do something a little bit off. It doesn't matter what. It's probably innocuous, whatever it is. It probably doesn't actually mean anything, which is especially true if you're the werewolf. But I just waited until one of our other friends there, I guess I shouldn't give away names because I'm not sure about that, but anyways, one of our other friends there did something, and I was like, and I didn't actually say it, I just looked at him kind of weird. And the rest of the group's like, oh, you know, that's a good point. And they looked at him kind of weird. And you just kind of stoke the flames a little bit. Yeah, exactly. You kind of let the good guys do your work for you. And yeah, it's true. I also threw my co-conspirator under the bus. A very classic Hitler move. Literally Hitler. And so between Don taking so much of the flack and everyone else being suspicious of each other, nobody suspected me. Not for a second. Nobody thought I was Hitler. The funny thing about all of this is everybody there knew me. And they knew something that I've already told you before. I am not good at lying. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, you just like to say that. No, I really am not. If you tell me to tell a direct lie, I can't do it to save my life. I do not have the ability to lie effectively. So, when it was finally revealed, Gary, who it's worth noting at this point in history has known me for the better part of 15 years, finds out that I was me this whole time, and he's like, "You're kidding! You just..." Like, he didn't believe it. He actually didn't believe it at first. He was just... He could not believe that I had successfully deceived him on that. That I had managed to so thoroughly walk around everyone. Now, the problem, the downside, the extra layer to this whole story, I did so well that first round that every single other round of Secret Hitler we played, everyone immediately ousted me, even though I was actually never Hitler again. Because nobody trusted me for the entire rest of the night. So, as I like to joke later, I ended up helping the Nazis win multiple times, because I either died as a good side person, which, you know, costs the good side, or I was Hitler, and I won. I highly recommend Secret Hitler and other Mafia-style games like that. They're really fun party-style games. The downside is they really do require a decent group of people. That's also the downside of most party games, is you can't really play them with like 2 or 3 people, you know? Oh my god. Okay. Tell it, Judo Joker. I haven't played Coop myself. I played Resistance. I've played Mafia. I've played the werewolf one I can never think of the name of. They're all pretty much the same game. Same concept. Oh yeah, I should clip that for actually managing that nonsense. Don't worry, World 5 is not the hardest levels in the game. We've still got World 6 coming. I don't think I have a favorite board game. I'm also one of those weirdos who thinks more like a GM than a player. Which, if that doesn't make sense, let me just say that I don't think I've ever played a board game long-term without changing the rules, because I disagree with them. As like a game designer. Now, that probably sounds egotistical, and it probably is. But in my defense, pretty much all of my friends are the exact same way. Like, most of my friends are critically thinking, you know, intelligent people who are problem solvers by trade. Of course we go through and we redesign the rules to be better. So, I do remember the Exploding Kittens rules, or more accurately, I remember the way I play it, and I don't remember what the difference is between that and regular. I think it has to do with which cards you can use against which types of actions. Fiasco is a great party game, yes. Now, the only... let me walk that back, actually. Fiasco is a party game that I enjoy a great deal. That's probably a more accurate way to phrase that sentence. See, the thing about Fiasco is it takes a lot of setup, and the people pretty much already have to know what they're getting into. We should do Fiasco someday on stream. When I have time to do board game nights again. After I take over the world. So, here, Fiasco... yeah, Fiasco is improv theater. You're given a scenario, you're given objectives, and then you're told to just act it out. There's a little bit of dice rolling, a little bit of contention, but for the most part, it really is just improv theater with a rule set around it. So, Evo, you are here for the stage I wanted to show you. Congratulations. This is when Evo says, I'm not here right now. Oh, okay. So we start off, we're way up here. We can see islands in the distance, the clouds drifting off past the horizon. There is snow, there are birds. We are literally walking amongst the clouds. And then we go up from here. By the way, this is probably my favorite stage of the game, even though I just lost that to a gotcha. Oh my god, I just lost it to the same gotcha. Holy crap. Okay, so now that we've gotten out of the way, this is probably my favorite stage of the game. I used to replay this stage just for fun. I love this feel, right? There's no floor on this castle. It's just open air to the abyss below. Darkness, no parents, etc. Being a little cautious, because this stage, as all stages are at this point, is quite mean. There is no such thing as a stage coming up that is not mean, so... The kitty gloves are off. Let's do this. Probably 4 or 5 overall in the Washington. I can actually check my own notes, because I've been scoring as we go. I know I haven't been saying out loud, but as I've said many times, nobody cares if I give positives. I only really say something if I give negatives. Oh, it kind of does, Blade Cheval. Yeah. Because we're definitely in some kind of a floating castle thing. As you'll be able to see in just a bit, hopefully. If we can suck less for a minute. Hang on, I really want to get that mid-mission checkpoint, so let's go make that happen, shall we? I mean, yeah, exactly, I'm watching. 4 and 5 are just great worlds. 6 will probably not score as well, to be completely honest. Because 6 is just mean. And not always in a good way. Well, you probably haven't noticed, Ross, because you haven't been with us the whole time, but each stage is just a little bit longer than the previous ones. I believe it's almost a 1-to-1 increase, like, as in, you know, each stage is like one more screen longer than the previous ones. And we haven't even been doing optional stuff, which increases the duration of a lot of these stages by quite a bit. Still going up, by the way. Now we're just in the stars. Sure. Very nice stylized moon in the background there. Eva really isn't here, is she? That's just hysterical. That is so funny. I mean, I could answer that mathematically, Eternus. But... give me a minute. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. Oh, wow, Judo Joker. That's hilarious. This game's going to be pretty short, and it's going to have a lot of positives. So yeah, I think this might be in striking distance for density. Love this stage so much. Yes, it is possible to infinitely flutter. It is much harder. It is, I believe, a 3-frame window every flutter. Okay, hold on. Hold on, hold on. So let's see. Let me pull up the golden number list really quick. Just super quick. Wrong list, wrong list. There we go. So give me a second to sort by density. And then immediately undo that, because that's going to screw with everything. So the highest density in just gameplay that we've ever had is Mega Man 5, then Mega Man 11, then Mega Man X1, then Mega Man 6, then Portal, then Mega Man 4, then Super Mario World, then Mega Man 3, then Mega Man 2, then Mega Man 8. Then Diablo 3, which may not sound impressive, but the fact that D3 is that far up when compared to games that are on average 2 hours long is absolutely insane. Alright, so. Ah, well, there's no Evo here, therefore... Oh, there she is! Okay, ready? I'm hyping it up too much, but this is my favorite boss in the game. This is what I wanted you to see earlier, when I said, I hope you're here later. You can, you'll never enter the Koopa Kingdom! I banish you to forever twinkle in the heavens. Be gone! Sorry, I didn't even occur to me to give a dizzy warning. I apologize. This blew my mind as a kid. I still think this is a great boss battle. I, of course, know what I'm doing, but a few of my friends used to always ask me to come beat this boss for them, because they just could not manage the timing on it. And yes, Proto Mario Galaxy. And I just made Evo feel worse. Whatever. Death to everything. Yeah, no, that boss... That whole stage was mean, as you were probably noticing. But that boss is just... He's actually pretty hard to hit. So. Let's get to the final world, shall we? So we climb up, and up, and up, and up. Welcome to the final world. So, an idea that Nintendo was in love with at this point in history, and would remain so well into the GameCube era, was the concept of a dark world that started with LTTP and arguably ended with Twilight Princess. Welcome to Yoshi's Island Dark World, or Dark Yoshi's Island. I feel like, so this, how do I explain this? You know how there wasn't really much of a story in, by the way, I love that backdrop, right? That's true, Link Between Worlds was in there, too. There we go. I feel like, so Mario 3 didn't have a lot of real storytelling until the final stage. And Mario World didn't really have a lot of storytelling until the final stage. And so Yoshi's Island happens, and we get this thing, this alternate version of Yoshi's Island itself, the physical location. And it kind of makes me go, this feels like another, story tidbit that can and arguably should have led to something else. But instead we got Mario 64. Don't mistake me, Mario 64 is great and all, but, like, I have wondered for years where they were going with this. What is the purpose of this dark Yoshi's Island, and why is it completely overrun with Shy Guys? In fact, if this is completely overrun with Shy Guys, is that maybe why the Shy Guys are here? Maybe the Shy Guys have access to the Dark Realm, right? The Shadowverse version of Yoshi's Island. Maybe the Dream World is just the Dark World. Like, you see the general thought process here, right? Ooh, there. I mean, even the soil is kind of a color-inverted palette swap of a lot of what was going on Yoshi's Island itself. Mind me. I ain't even trying for that. I don't know, food for thought. Yeah. Oh, geez, Type 3B. Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, that final boss is a lot harder than it looks. I anticipate dying several times on it when we get to it. That's another thing. This song, which is used predominantly for the Dark World stages, is actually the song that comes from the cave, which just kind of adds that overall motif. Like, I know I'm just pulling at threads here in order to try and make some kind of narrative, but at the same time, I do actually think it fits. Yeah, at a certain... So we'll talk about it. We'll get to the final boss, don't worry. Pretty soon, actually. And you notice the stage is just instantly, noticeably harder. Way smaller areas to maneuver. Having to make jumps in between individual platforms rather than actually having... individual blocks, rather than having an actual platform to recover from. Enemies absolutely everywhere, attacking you from multiple angles, of course. Like, this is mean. You could... This is the better part of 10 years of level design and development going into this nonsense. And pretty much the end of that, too. After this, it would be 3D stuff for the most part. Years of malice. There are ways to make it a little easier. But you only have so many eggs. So don't miss and choose wisely. There we go. Yeah, final exam time. Every way that counts. And that was 6-1. There's actually a specific stage I'm dreading later on. It's the one I usually get stuck on in replays. Skulls. There's always skulls in the Dark World for some reason. The Cave of the Bandit. Oh yeah, also there's a whole lot of boo guys around here for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's like your vague Japanese concept of the spirit world. I mean, that's a lot of how they approach the Dark World concept anyways. Like in Twilight Princess, or in LTTP. Or hell, even in Metroid Prime 2. Pause to pop my knuckle, Jesus. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, by the way, that innocuous looking stuff on the ground there, that will instantly kill you if you land on it, so just kind of heads up on that. Like, the stages don't look harder, but man, they are so much harder. To my knowledge, about 30, Evo. At youngest, mid-20s. Like, he's supposed to be a working man who's been in a career for a while at this point, so... And that's going back to Mario Brothers 1. AKA 3. Did I say hi to 040? Hi, 040. Nope. Ugh. Let's pause for a second. See, what I should have said is he's exactly 41. And I can only aspire to be as great as the Super Mario Brother. Notice that even in the hard stages, they're still giving us mid-mission checkpoints, by the way. I hate to keep banging that point on, but it really is astonishing how much of a difference it makes. So I'm probably about to die, because I went too slowly there. Oh, I made it. Okay. That was less than a second. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. But we're okay. And those are instant death spikes, if you're wondering. Shut up, Peter. Tell me that stage is not hard. Tell me that stage is not hard. You'll notice that that's a remix of the stage from Mario 3, actually. In World 7, there's a stage where you get... oh, we actually showed it off on camera. You get a star flower, or star... You get a star. Get a star. Get a star. Otherwise you die, because death. Did I already double that up? I did. Good. So hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like World 4 so far is my favorite by 1 point. 4 and 5 are both great worlds, though. Okay. This is it. This is the stage I'm going to be stuck on. This is right. This is it right here. This is our wall. Get ready for the cheat flag. 100%ing this stage. I mean, first of all, just look at that for a second. I've talked before about the math of platforming, how you can mathematically add to or reduce difficulty in a game. Forcing the player to land on a single spot is a good thing to do that. Putting a springboard on that spot makes it even worse. Making big jumps that require the springboard on a single spot. You get it. And yeah, these stupid things. They physics the hell out of you if you hit them while they're spinning. It's completely unpredictable. Like, what they do to you, who knows? They are best completely avoided. Yes, that's right. On a level like this, with this kind of platforming and that kind of precision demanded, then they throw out the drug clouds at you. Because of course they do. No! Okay. 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 I can make this happen. We're almost at the end of it anyways. Yep. Okay, we're good. We're good. That. So they warp and distort the terrain, which actually does change the terrain. It does physically move the terrain up and down. You notice, by the way, they stay spinning for longer in the second part of the stage here. Anyway, so it warps and distorts the terrain, and your controls change, and you start roaming left and right periodically while you're just standing there. Oh, I can get that. Just to prove that I can. Yeah, you thought I didn't know that was coming, huh? Think I've never played this game before? Just who the hell do you think I am? So now we've got individual spots with these things, with flames going over them. So anyways, this is probably the hardest stage in the game. Oh my god! This is it. I can finally show you one of these things. Yeah, that was the stage I was dreading. That was the Doom stage. Alright. Let's go with Ice, Fire, Green. And I don't remember the rest. You know, usually I have to life farm in this game, too. Okay, I really don't remember anything else now. Nope. Owl. Almost. Look, I swear I'm not making it up, Atreus. So this boss that we're about to fight is actually invincible. You cannot do damage to him. Tap tap the red nose. Notice even the color palette they use for the stone is slightly different, just to get across that Dark World vibe. Dark World's always like autumn color. You ever notice that? That's got to be a Japanese like cultural thing, right? That's true in all of the games. That's true in Zelda. That's true in the other Zelda. That's true in this game. Remember, never lick without consent. Guys, I think Eternus doesn't believe me. That level we just did was crazy hard. That was close. None of these stages are hard. Baby game for babies. Oh, Jesus. I'm really not joking. I walking into this, I expected to put up the cheat flag on that stage we just did. I figured that would be the moment. No, Pika. I decided that I hate joy and life. And this. We finally reached classic Nintendo point. Bosses have become trash bombs. With the much larger amount of area to move around in. I'm not chasing you over there to the instant death spikes. You can come to me, buddy. How did both of those miss you? Blink, blink. Okay. Yeah, no, this is one of the best games ever made. Now, I'm going to laugh if this doesn't score commensurately to how I just said that, but... Oh, nice. I do hope you has fun, Evo, because if you don't... Yeah, this is Koji Kondo, arguably at his finest. I know I have praised his soundtracks many times, but the man knows what he's doing so well. Oh, I will absolutely beat this game today. We're in the final world. We've got the bonus stuff to show off, which I will do before we beat the game, don't worry. But that's it. Also means the density is going to be pretty high. Listen, all I'm saying is that if you think these stages are not hard, then I invite you to play them yourself. Just because I'm amazing at video games does not change the facts. That's fair, Spartan. This is a very good game regardless of all other factors. It's probably one of the best crafted games on the SNES. We are playing the original SNES version, Blue Dragon Fireblocks. I could be way better than that. Damn. Nope, nope. Failed. See, I just failed at the boss. Clearly, I suck at this game and everything, ever. We are on 6-4 of 6-8. If that answers you. I have no idea, Pika. I've actually never played it. Oh, I like meat soup. He's so cute when he dies. Cute. Don't quote that out of context. This isn't Link's Awakening. So this is probably not going to surprise you, Spartan. But no. So Spartan just asked, I'm going to read this out loud because I'm just kind of backtracking a little bit here. Do you ever feel like when you're reviewing something, you can't let yourself enjoy it as much, then you sit down to listen or... God damn it. To listen or read or watch or play it for fun, and then it... That's my fault, I was reading chat. It's my own damn fault. You ever feel like when you're reviewing something, you can't let yourself enjoy it as much? You sit down and play it for fun and enjoy yourself more. So the answer is, of course, no. I'm pretty much the exact opposite on that particular spectrum. If I sit down and I play something without an analytical eye, generally speaking, my enjoyment of it goes down, not up. Now, that's just the way I am. I am a very, I don't know, structured and I like evidence kind of a person. Yeah, exactly, Russ. Playing this game, I've been enjoying the crap out of it, right? And the fact that I can point, god damn it, I can point to specific things and say, this is why I enjoy X, Y, and Z. That helps, right? That's just the way my brain works. If you sit me down for a meal and I eat it and I'm not thinking about what I'm enjoying, then all I'm getting out of that is, that was good. And do you mind if I explain this in a really geeky way? Because it's gonna sound so stupid. You're gonna make fun of it. It's gonna be great. There we go. That's a good shot. There we go. No, it pretty much Spartan. But let me put it to you this way. Any perception of a game or a meal or a book or a movie or a song actually boils down to the same concept. It is always a review, even if it's just like 1 out of 1, right? Or 1 out of 0, or however you want to think of that. If I say, this is good, then all that's conveying is that this is a 1 out of 0. Now, I want you to picture, if you'll do me this favor, picture in your head like a line graph that shows exactly one data point. You know, it's 0 or it's 1, and that's it. That's the only data that's being conveyed, is that one piece of information. So you have to judge the entire game based on a binary input. Obviously, that's just not going to convey a lot of information, right? Then you do, let's say you do it out of a 4 system, like I've been doing recently in my wrap-up videos. Good or bad, good or bad, good or bad, or good or bad. So that functionally changes the dynamic a little bit, but that's still only 8 data points. Oh, so still not quite there. Maybe if you do it out of 10 scale. Well, that's kind of out of 10 data points, but not really. That's actually still only 1 data point stretched up to 10 levels. Okay, what if we do a out of 10, but each category, like the old magazines used to do? Well, then that's 4 data points stretched up to, you know, however many levels. Usually 5, actually. You get my overall point here? The more nuance you add to the review, the more information is actually conveyed by the review. Remember I mentioned this thing from earlier? This is exactly as terrifying as it looks. There we go. Got the optimal angle. Riding the wave. That's also why, in the current review system, well, obviously, this is lava, and that is a wooden log I'm riding on. Well, obviously, you know, the golden number is one single output. It is an output that is a variable of many, many different data points, right? It is trying to give as absolutely nuanced of a look as I can. Or, to put this into very simple terms, if you look at that graph, and you see like 4 or 5 lines, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have like 100 lines to make it look like a smooth curve. I know I'm explaining this very badly, but that's always been the goal of the review system, is to make more nuance. So let's go fight our invincible boss. How did you? I never expected you to get this far. Now it's over. Your game ends here! For a brief period in Mario history, instead of saying kill, they said you're gonna game over. I kind of like that. I would probably continue that in the Mario rewrite. You probably already know where this is going. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Doing this without getting hit is an absolute nightmare, by the way. It's also a verb form. I'm gonna game over you. Up here. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. So, how many of you have seen Terminator 2? Or Super Metroid? Also valid. Will he be back? Actually, yes! Twice. It is. You'll notice that they're taking a lot of ideas from previous games and just evolving them, which is the exact same thing, if you were paying attention, that they were doing all over the place in StarCraft 2. Almost every mission in StarCraft 2 existed in StarCraft 1 or in Warcraft 3. No, you're right. That's exactly what a game should do. Okay, this is what we did. How can we improve it? Boom. Sleep, Evo. Sleep. Now that you've seen the good stuff. Although you won't see the best boss in the game. But that's okay. It's secretly me. The Very Long Cave. The worst level in the game. This is an auto-scroller. It's actually a really short stage. And it's an auto-scroller. It is a long stage by virtue of being an auto-scroller. It also, you know, hang on. This might be a coincidence. But the fact that this stage doesn't have mid-mission checkpointing, like the other stages do, might be part of why it sucks. Reminder, if you touch that little lava there on the ground, it instantly kills you. Remember that. There's a fire guy, by the way. Forgot to point that out earlier. Honestly, ditto, Ross. It wasn't until... I've said this so many times. This is why I like doing these side-by-side comparisons. Because it really shines a light on what games do right and what games do wrong. Mario 3 did a lot right. I honestly never really realized how much Mario 3 does on the story axis of all things. And yet, that absence of checkpoints just kills it for me, personally. Especially when compared to other earlier and later games. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Yeah, I would love to sit down with the developers and be like, so I've got a question for you. Why did you remove the mid-mission checkpoints in Super Mario Bros. 3? And the answer would probably be like, huh? Like, you cannot tell me it was a tech issue. It had to have been a design choice. By the way, if you're paying attention, this very long cave has already looped once. We're currently going through the same right up here. We were just up here earlier. So this is why this is the very long cave. It is actually pretty short, as I already mentioned. And I'm dead instantly, which means you have to start all over again. So that's cool. So let's start all over again, the very beginning. Like you do. It does not type 3B, nor does the GBA version. Now here's the wild thing. So Super Mario Bros. 3 does not have any save system of any kind. Having said that, neither is Mario 1 or Mario 2. Mario World was the first game to implement a save system in a Mario Brothers game. Not counting Game Boy stuff, I don't know if they did. Yes, I did, Pika. So, is that a good, bad, or in-between thing? It's certainly debatable. But the point is, they added in a save system in both the All-Stars version and in the GBA version. In fact, the All-Stars version is a basic save system, and the GBA version is an advanced save system, which saves the exact level and stage you're on. So it's obvious they were willing to go back and kind of polish up certain aspects of the game to improve it. Why didn't they add mid-mission checkpoints when they were already remastering the game? Explain that to me. One of the downsides of this stage is it's kind of tedious, and there's a little bit of gotcha because how slow the auto-scroller is. Normally it's not an issue in this game, but enemies do load off-screen. That's a very good question, Playjamal. So because enemies load off-screen, they can hit you before you see them. In every other level in this game, that's not an issue. But because of the nature of this stage and how slow it scrolls, that's a problem. It's actually what killed me last time, if you're paying attention. Yeah, that's Shy Guy right there. And we're dead. And we get to do this all over again. Cool. So anyways, I'm gonna give this stage a negative. I was pretty much planning for that up front. But, yeah. I don't know how I would review music. I've actually never thought about it. I've analyzed music a lot. In fact, I did that recently with the Pixel Remasters soundtrack, and in fact, I kind of wouldn't mind doing that with a few other soundtracks I'm familiar with, you know, the infinite amount of time I have, considering there's other projects I also want to start that I haven't had time to start. But I'm not sure how I would review music. I suppose in the most simplest way of looking at it, what I'd probably do is I'd give points for, like, pretty much the same general approach to the system that I use right now. Not an out of 10, but rather just every time a song does something right, it gets a point. And every time a song does something wrong, it gets a negative point. Now, because that's probably only a single axis, and it doesn't have as much, well, frankly, depth to it that, like, a video game does, then, I don't actually think I would need to add, like, the 41 calculation golden number thing at the end of it like I do for the games, and hopefully someday for the movies. Review Dancing Mad. Yes. Go listen to it right now. It's great. I mean, exactly, Eternus. That's why this stage is getting a negative. This is just... So, songwriting. Admittedly, any song I would review would not have lyrics, so that doesn't apply to me. But that's why that didn't even occur to me. But that's valid. So there's lyrics, production. By the way, notice how we are... I said this the first time around, and then I died twice, but we're going through the same areas we've already been through here. Yeah, any song with lyrics automatically hits a negative to story, obviously. That shouldn't hit me. So, the final reason this stage sucks, it's an auto-scroller in tight spaces, and for lack of a better way to put it, the engine wasn't designed around that, and neither was Baby Mario. Because Baby Mario follows collision. So, hypothetically, there's plenty of cases here, and you've probably already seen them start to happen, or at least theorized them, where you could be in a situation where you cannot actually see, where Mario can get stuck, and you cannot get him back. And that sucks. Negative to level design. It's our first negative to level. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh wow, a mid-mission checkpoint. Yep, and then... hell. Again. It's okay, it's a little faster this time. I'm just... Well, I hope those birds live a long and happy life, because they're just living their best life, you know? They're just having fun with it. Getting these red coins right here is one of the hardest things to do in the entire stage. No joke. So yeah, our first and probably only negative for 6-5. We're just bulldozing this, aren't we? The deep underground... Oh, this level. I don't remember the route through here, so this should be fun. I mean, that's terrible, Eternus. I wonder what my highest negative density is. I'd have to pause to look it up so I can... Yeah, you're not supposed to do what I'm doing here. By the way, I am completely brute forcing this. Oh, bull crap, game. Aha! Whatever. Agreed, type 3B. Anyways, I shouldn't have been doing that anyways. Let's not. New route engaged. Let's do this. Whoop. I know there's a way to do this. I just don't remember how. Ah, well, doesn't matter. Okay, we'll do this instead. I have no idea what you're talking about, Trihexia. Wait, it's because I'm literally Hitler. Where did my... Oh, whatever. Ah, whatever. Screw it. That's a good point. How do we define best Hitler? A Hitler that's constantly failing and screwing up. That sounds like a good Hitler. By some metrics. Reminds me of the latest Indiana Jones movie. Which I will not spoil, because I just realized that could be considered a spoiler. It has to do with Hitler. Spoilers. No, Spartan. So now the hard part of the maze, the part I actually don't remember my route through. I was wondering how many people noticed the Halloween costume there. Hey, Jim Whisper. Did I hate Indy 4? No. Did I like Indy 4? No. Yeah, I will rewatch 4 over 2 any day of the week. Make that what you will. So there's the Halloween costume. It's just one little shy guy. I don't even know how he was flying. He's just doing his thing. There we go. I would have liked 4 better if Junior wasn't in it. As much as I hate to put all the film's, faults on him, I really don't think he added anything good to the film, recently. Honestly, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if the intent was to try and do a handoff of the torch kind of a thing to Junior. But, yeah, that was Shia LaBeouf's character. But if that was the intent, I cannot stress enough how much they failed. Regardless of the specifics of my distaste for the individual character, the entire film was more like a culmination of Indy's character rather than a, handing off to the next generation kind of a fight, Thoughts on Shia as an actor? I'm sure he's done good acting at some point in his life. The Pixel Remaster is better. Excuse me. The Switch Pixel Remaster is better. The PC Pixel Remaster is the same. And the GBA version is worse. So, go for it, Type 3B. I keep forgetting to show these off. I should probably do that. GBA 1 has several issues. It's a little stilted and controls kind of badly. And there is obviously the audio issues. That's kind of it, actually. But it just doesn't play the same. Oh god, 6-7. Okay, so let me try to show something off here. The name of this stage is Keep Moving, all caps. So we actually have the ability to use power-ups in this game. Did you even know that? You only get them from doing those bonus things, though, so it's not quite the same as Mario World. Still, it is part of the kit. The Switch version has additional options and features that the PC version has yet to get backported, Ross. Some of those are things that can fundamentally change how you play the game. So... yeah, being able to just turn off encounters at a Switch is a quality of life thing that it's hard to properly emphasize how big of a deal that is. And the fact that you can boost your experience gain in order to compensate for that just makes it even better. Annoyed? Trihexia? Notice this stage is actually an evolution of a previous stage, which had the exact same concept. Keep moving. Well, apparently you can turn off X gain, too, if you want to do a low-level challenge. That's even better. Bad timing. I mean, as always, I prefer having the option play interval, so having a toggle in the menu is pretty much perfect, right? It's the Bravely Default thing. For all that Bravely Default did wrong, its gameplay options were kind of perfect. You could change the encounter rate, you could change how much health and damage the enemies did, and you could change something else I can't remember right now. Just right there in the menu. And you can do it at will with no detriment. Yeah, did you notice, even now, 6-7, right before the end of the game, we're still tutorializing. In fact, now they're teaching you to be patient, despite the fact that the name of the stage is Keep Moving. But of course, the whole point of that theme, the motif of the stage, is there's no going back. Once you've made a jump, you're pretty well committed to it. I was playing Mega Man 2. Those people are stupid, Ross. To be very blunt. Weird Spartan. Well, I know people who have quit FF6 because the encounter rate is too high. I myself have considered it the worst aspect of the game for the better part of my entire life. I would say it's a pretty big benefit. And when it comes to the review, we will be, of course, reviewing the Pixel Remaster version, which will score much better by sheer virtue of the fact that there's an option in the menu to just turn encounters off. At will. and then turn them back on at will. Which is kind of the important part, really. Oh, that's a good point. You can also just do it with a stick press. I forgot about that, sorry. There's an interesting concept. What kind of quality of life options in the menu could we add to a hypothetical Chrono Trigger? It doesn't do random encounters the same way Final Fantasies do, so that doesn't even apply. Increasing tech point and experience gain could certainly qualify. Which is also in the Pixel Remaster. Being able to warp between time gates from the menu would be a pretty big backtracking time saver. There is one part of Chrono Trigger that's probably going to get a negative for backtracking. I'll point it out when we get there. It's right before Magus' lair. Kind of, Spartan. It's more like we're going to do 2, 3, 5 in a block. And the rest are kind of maybes. Freaking thieves. Stop! You have violated the law. Well, 4, we're probably going to play the Pixel Remaster alongside 4 and 4. And 1, we're going to play the Pixel Remaster alongside 1. And 6, I kind of want to be its own thing alongside Chrono Trigger. And Red Hell Retribution. So, for 3 completely different reasons, really. I guess that's not true. 2 completely different reasons. Exactly. We're going to do 4DS, 4 SNES, and probably 4 Pixel Remaster back-to-back. The whole point is that all 7 versions of that game are so different that I feel it's worth doing a comparison block. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, actually. Just in general. Really compare the 4s side by side. But, because I don't want to do all 7 or whatever it is versions of the game, we'll only do 3 of them. The original, the 3D version, and the remaster. We were originally going to do the PSP version. That's how far back that concept goes. And then the Pixel Remaster came out, and we'll probably do that one. No, no, no. What we'll do is we'll play the SNES version first. And then I'm not sure which, but we'll play one of the other versions, and then the third and final version. Okay. Final stage is something we'll do in a bit. So for now, let's go show off something here. So when you 100% the game, you get access to this other stuff here. You can just get these at will, which may sound like a minor thing, but if you 100% World 1, you gain access to this little thing, and you just get stuff here. And you can just get items to help you out for the rest of the game. So if you're ever having any trouble with the game, 100%ing World 1 gives you a very quick and easy access to essentially infinite items, which can help the overall difficulty. But let's do 1E. Poochie ain't stupid. I do not, Kieran Elior. The statement that everybody disagrees with. So yes, FF4 continues to be my answer for where you should start playing the series of. Come here, Poochie. Remember, that's the instant death lava down there. Do I ever actually recommend playing FF1 through 3? If you're interested in the history of RPGs, JRPGs, and Final Fantasy, I can recommend going ahead and playing Final Fantasy 1. Especially if it's any version other than the original NES. Otherwise, no. I would never recommend playing FF2 or 3. Keeping in mind, I have not actually played the Pixel Remaster of either. Yeah, PAX has told me that 1 through 3 Pixel Remasters aren't exactly shabby. I don't know. The DS remake of 3 is arguably worse than the original, which is its own level of impressive, honestly. Poochie, thank you. I am, of course, biased towards FF1 because I've already done my own movie based on the game, but, you know, whatever. I did put in shipping, that's true. 2 of the characters do end up married in that film. Or, oh, film's the right word. That's right, if you ever want to know how pure doggos are, even lava does not touch them. Until they dive into the lava and die instantly. I'm kidding. He actually lives through the lava. I always like to think, though, that at the end of the stage, he's just like, I'm fine, and then he just dives into the lava bath. But no, he's fine. He's fine. "2E. Hit that switch. Hope your reflexes are good. Because if they're not, you're instantly dead. Told you. Oh my god, that was last millisecond there. And we're dead. Yay! I just noticed we have, like, no lives on this save. Baby Mario's like, yeah, woo! And Yoshi's like, ah! And Spartan's like, oh god, I've got to teach swimming. Cheer on, Spartan. We'll be hitting the DS tomorrow. Anyways, I'm actually not going to finish that stage, but that's that stage. So I'm running low on lives here. forget which one of these gives you lives. Well, this one can give me lives, but this isn't the one I wanted. Whatever. Okay, so, anyways. More monkey madness. I'm gonna go ahead and admit I don't really like the special stages all that much in this game. That's true for almost every Mario game I've noticed. Like, the number of Mario games where I really enjoy the special stages is in the minority. So, anyways, that's 3E. Let's do 4E. I sincerely doubt any of these are going to be positive worthy, to be totally honest with you. The Impossible Maze. A friend of mine used to hate this stage. I just realized that. Well, that doesn't sound good, Ross. Guess we'll get there. Someday. I mean, we've got the news coming up, but they're not super long. But new U will be a minute. The new Wii, I'm not very good at, so we'll see how that goes. I've also never played new Wii solo, so that'll be a new experience. Okay. That's actually really extraordinarily bad. I think I just lost. And that's because I did. Well, I was literally a few screens away from the end, so whatever. So, 5E. Kamek's Revenge. This is probably the hardest of all of these, by memory. And that's why. No, I'm dead serious. The screen you just saw is pretty much it. So you've got really small spaces to land on, just all over the place. And Kamek's doing that attack thing the entire stage. So, single block platforms, non-stop attacks, and enemies that target you. Honestly, enough said. Whoops. Yeah, I hope you brought the key. So getting all the coins on this stage, this sequence right here, is absolutely bonkers. There's no real way to just know what to do. You just kind of have to already have it memorized and do it perfectly. 100%ing this stage is probably the hardest 100% of the entire game, in my opinion. And not in a good way. It is road memorization. Of course, the hardest one is the only one I've actually completed, but whatever. You notice there's no mid-mission checkpoints on these stages, by the way. Just gonna keep pointing that out. Oh, there was one. Never mind, never mind. Ignore me. Let's just miss the ones in the early stages. So 6E, arguably the hardest stage of the game, right? No. This isn't even top 5 hardest. Castle's Masterpiece Set. Oh my god, your right plates are falling. Hey, experiment. This one has one too. Holy crap. So you have to 100% all of the stages in order to unlock the extra stages. And once you unlock 100% the extra stage, you unlock the bonus stage. And then you die. No matter what, like, you unlock them and it's like... Except you die in real life. One of those, what do they call it? Sword Art Online situations. I'm not sure what happened there. Like, I just lunged upward. Did you see that? Whatever. You like insta-death spikes, right? Because this is Bob's freaking level right here. God damn. I can't even... I'm just trying to show this off. I'm not going to even commit to this, but this is Bob's level right here. I mean, look at this nonsense. Second mid-mission checkpoint. I'm getting spoiled here. And of course, there's just spikes right at the end of all that. And here, because of course there's spikes. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, yeah. I have played quite a few Kaizo levels, actually. On camera, even. Whoops. Well. It's nice while it lasted. Well, there's the end of the stage. Oh, my God. I didn't know this was a recovery platform. And by recovery, I mean go all the way back to the beginning, apparently. Maybe? Oh, there we go. Hey! And that's the special stages. Fucking anti-gotcha. Surprise! Power up! So, anyways. If you haven't gotten in your guesses, now's a good time. Because this is King Bowser's Castle. Ugh. Just pull up the guessing sheet really quick here. Let me go ahead and update the HUD just for y'all. Granted, we have not done the audit yet. Grain of salt. Hey, random. Thank you, Random, for the bits. I'm curious what you're testing. Alright, so we're up to 19 story positives at the moment. 0 story negatives. 64 gameplay positives and 3 gameplay negatives. There you go. Get your guesses in. I'll give you until we start the last boss fight. Interesting random. So we fly to the middle of Bowser's Keep. Just like in Mario World, we have an option for which stage to do. However, unlike Mario World, it's a little bit more random which one we get. I was hoping for 4, but that's okay. I only dislike one of these, so... This poor Shy Guy. Watch this Shy Guy for a second. He's working so hard. But not hard enough. And the best part is we're not sure which stage we'll get now, because it's a little bit random. Now we get 2. I think 3 is the one I don't like. It's 3 or 4, obviously. Jesus, this freaking section. Why won't... Okay. Just gonna chill for a minute. Come here and be my ammunition. I've never had this issue I'm having before. So I guess I'll stop going for the frame perfect trick. Face the correct direction, please. Thank you. I'm doing better, Zacta. Thank you for asking. I do hope you're doing well. Or as well as you can be. Oh yeah, good luck 100%ing this stage if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Probably Zactaft. But most because of ignorance, not because of stupidity. Cool. It's actually supposed to be a slime. I mean, they don't know who Vader is, Zactaft, or Padme, or the tomb they're in, or anything. I cannot seem to do this to save my life all of a sudden. And we're out again. Wow, okay. Not know what I'm doing wrong all of a sudden. I did this just fine last time. Whatever, let's refill our eggs. Damn it. Waste an egg. Damn it. There. I don't think so, Zach Taft, but that's just my take. I'm just a player with an opinion. Just like every other player in the history of the universe. Hey, Valerian. Again, I suppose. Okay. Pause. So... if you haven't gotten your guesses in, tough. I gave you tons of time. Did I just lose the internet? Like right now? No, there we go. I was gonna say. Whatever you say is active. So first, a bit of an auto-scroller. This can be hard. This is a callback to the way Magic Koopas were approached back in Mario World 1. Where they would warp in and out of specific set spots, which I didn't really show off that much of, but it was a thing, trust me. It doesn't warp away when you get too close. Well, he warps away when you get too close. Sorry, I don't know why I said they. In lore, funny thing, there's supposed to really only be like one Magic Koopa. Now, that varies a little bit. And we all know Cammy is better than Kamek 10 times out of 10. Probably doesn't help that Cammy is obviously from the RPGs and therefore gets more characterization. But, did you know that Magic Koopas are actually just called Kameks in the Japanese version of these games? Okay, so there have been several experiments, mostly in the RPGs. Final boss time. So every boss has been pretty innovative and interesting. What do you think they're going to do for the final boss here? For those of you who have not played this game. So you notice it looks like a big crayon child's room. You are not welcome here, Yoshi. Please hand over the baby. Oh dear, what to do? Young Master Bowser wakes. Kamek, it's too noisy in here. I want to go sweepy bye. Huh? kind of green donkey is that? Looks like fun. Me want a wide. Mine! Mine! So the way he works is he does those little shockwaves. And if he lands on you, he is now riding Yoshi instead of Mario. The trick, of course, is you can make the shockwaves too. So, pretty cool little mechanic. Fun fight. But no, you knew there would be a second phase, didn't you? Yoshi, why did you do this, young master? Let me help you! This is my second favorite song of the game. So as the fight goes on, he'll throw more stuff at you, and he'll shoot fireballs at you. The goal is to aim. He's actually got a gigantic hitbox, but as you can see, it takes a little bit of practice to figure out where to aim for. It's easy to aim too low and too high. See? If he gets too close, he kills you instantly. I wouldn't, Zactaft. So every time you hit him, he's gonna do this whole little launch counterattack thing, and then he'll rush a little bit. He hasn't rushed yet, actually, so never mind. I'm wrong and dumb, but he's gonna do it at some point. Yeah, but the Arkham series is also over, Zactaft. Like, it concluded pretty definitively with Night. Oh, really? So he charges forward a little bit. Too high. I can never remember the height to aim for, by the way, which is why I'm still kind of finding the range. Then he does another round of this. You can hit him at any distance, by the way. You just have to be really good at the aiming and know exactly how to hit him. Then he starts charging you. If he reaches you when he charges you, he kills you instantly. I cannot believe he stopped, like, right there. Holy crap. Egg. Egg. Egg, please. Egg, please. And we're dead. Okay. Does that answer your experiment? Congrats, Lord Aramont, on pseudo-soft-locking yourself. So now that I know the range a little bit, this should go a little bit smoother. I love how this moon's in the background, too. This is Kid Bowser. This is Bowser when he was a baby, just like baby Mario. Yeah, this is Bowser Sr. Which may sound strange, but it's true. Fun fact, where you shoot from, in addition to the height you do and the direction you're aiming, all change where it actually lands. Oh, way too low. Time. You can only ever have one egg on the screen at a time, Caspian. How dare you? It's not fair. You're such a meanie. Someday we'll be back. You'll see. And again, there's probably supposed to be a follow-through on this. There just never was. That poor stork. The rest of the Yoshi games are completely unrelated to this, except for two of them. So I guess that's most of them. Thus, due to the marvelous teamwork of the Yoshi clan, the twins are reunited. The captured stork is freed by Yoshi and sets about his duty, and finally makes the long-awaited delivery. Thank you, Yoshi. The twins will meet the parents soon. So Yoshi's story has nothing to do with anything. Yoshi DS is a direct sequel to this, yes, direct sequel to this game. And Yoshi 3DS, which is, I think, New Yoshi is what it's called, is actually in between Yoshi's Island and Yoshi DS. Woolly World and Crafted World have nothing to do with anything. Well, you're going to see Mario's parents unless you count the retcon. If you do count the retcon, then no. If you don't count the retcon, then yes. Now, never let Roz hear this, but I think I actually like the ending of Mario 3 over this. I mean, not that this is bad, but it's like, we did it! Flight animation, and then one shot at the end, and that's kind of... Or two shots at the end, and that's kind of it. Now, the intro, that's great. More like worried, because I kind of want 100% it. Not really, Little Billy. Elden Ring is a game that came out, what, last year? That game has a terribly underdeveloped ending. In fact, it has 5 of them. I'm sure Mario Wonder's ending is, we did it! And then probably a picture of a cake. Spoilers. Really, Sabacom? Well, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so, the end. Like I said, not a very impressive ending, if I might be so bold. And then it turns out they're the wrong parents. The end. I'm dead serious, by the way. In the 3DS game, the beginning of the 3DS game is, whoops, those were the wrong parents. And then they gotta deliver them again. And there you go, there's your premise. Cool. Wonder will be in a bit. Bit of a longer game than I tend to remember. You know, that's a good question. Why doesn't Bowser get delivered? Oh yeah, by the way, this game totally invented the ground pound, right? No, actually that was in a Wario Land game. But this game popularized the ground pound, which is a staple nowadays. But I just thought I'd mention that, because Mario 64 looked at this as like, you know what, that's a great move. Let's keep that going forwards. And lo, it were so. How replayable do we feel this game is? I will say this game is so much less, I guess more linear by design than pretty much every previous Mario game. Even Mario 1, you have to go through the stages in order. There's no selection, there's no skips, there's no nothing. It does save. Saves per stage, even. So, let's see here. Right now, the king of level design is 3D World at 42, followed very closely by Galaxy 2 at 40. You are correct. It does not catch either of them. Barely. 39 blesses to level design. So that goes 3D World, Galaxy 2, and Yoshi's Island. Pretty much back to back to back. I stand by that, too. All three of the games I just mentioned are kings of level design. Although, we still have New U coming up, too. That's going to be another king of level design. And Odyssey is just... That's a whole other thing. I keep kind of pushing Odyssey off. Like, Odyssey's going to be its own thing. Yeah, and then there'll be Wonder. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yes, the next game we're playing is Mario is Missing. I mean, I always want every game to be good, which I suppose is a weird way to phrase that, but I stand by it. So for those of you who indulge in the guessing game, I'm imagining most of you guessed this would score higher than Mario World, because honestly, duh, right? The real question is, do you think it scored better than Galaxy 1? In fact, actually... looks like 3D World is the king of the Marios so far. So far. Here, does that make you feel better, Luco? Oh, yeah, no, the densities... I'm going to look up the density specifically on this one when I'm done doing the audit. Because it's probably going to be high. Thank you, Luco. Hope your day is doing well. Ironically, this game does not have Yoshi drums. Go figure. Okay, that's everything. Ah. Sorry, Blade Taval. It's... I haven't had time to just sit and update all that. Especially since I want to do a final polishing pass just to make sure they're all accurate before I update them. Currently dealing with a fever. There we go. But recovering. Here we go. Okay. Jesus. So. So I've got the franchise sheet over here. Let's update it with Yoshi really quick. So I can do kind of a side-by-side comparison. I'm really glad you're liking Experiment. We put a lot of effort into that one. And I think it turned out really, really well myself. So I'm glad somebody else likes it too. Okay. Okay, that tracks. So, before we go any further, let's look up the density. So the most dense game we have on the record is Mega Man 5. That hasn't changed. That's at 19 pluses per hour. Mega Man 11 has 15.7 pluses per hour. This is all gameplay. And then Yoshi's Island takes the number 3 slot, with 12 pluses per hour to gameplay. Just barely edging out Mega Man X1. Third highest gameplay density game we've covered. So far, I saw that too, Ross. I don't get those very often, so that was nice. So far, this game has tied for the highest story score of the Marios alongside Sunshine. Obviously, that wins on that axis. At 78 gameplay positives, that is not the highest gameplay scores we have given. However, it is very, very dense, as I just mentioned, and it has a ratio of 96%. Let me give you a couple of numbers here real quick. So let's start with the big one. The small one. Mario 1 was -1. Lost Levels was -15. Mario 2 is 0. Mario 3 is 65. Mario World is 113. Okay? Skipping forward a little bit. Mario 64 is 15. Mario 64 DS is 58. Sunshine is 19. Mario 3D Land is 80. Galaxy 1 is 206. Galaxy 2 is 187. 3D World is 246. And Yoshi's Island is Dramatic Pause. 290.13. And that completely tracks. This is one of the best games ever made. So Mr. Red wins by default for being the only one who guessed as close to it as he could, because nobody guessed that high. That'll go towards the Jack Block, Harley Quinn, Streamations, and Ultimates at middle. Final gameplay numbers of each of them. Mario 1 is at -1. Lost Levels is at -9. Mario 2 is at -1. Mario 3 is at 21. Mario World is at 38. Yoshi's Island is at 78. Mario 64 is at 5. 64 DS is at 22. Sunshine is at -9. 3D Land is at 33. Galaxy 1 is at 71. Galaxy 2 is at 72. 3D World is at 80. This is a really good game. Go figure. Tomorrow, a game that I don't know all that well, to be completely honest with you. We'll be going ahead... Whoops. We'll be going ahead and playing through the new series. That's New Super Mario Brothers, the New Super Mario Brothers Wii, the New Super Mario Brothers 2, the New Super Mario Brothers U. We're hitting each of the news back to back. And we'll talk more about the significance of that when we get there. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you.